Greetings. Welcome to EDTV News Channel, the People's Channel. In this report, we have a few stories for talk about, some shootings and some dropouts coming out of the nation capital, Kingston, St. Mary, St. Catherine, and Toronto, Canada. Stay tuned for the full reports. Blessings to all subscribers and viewers. If you're here for the first time, you can support the channel by like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. So we'll start off overseas, Toronto, Canada, where a 23-year-old son of a Jamaican cop shot and taken out. So we'll get into the report. A 23-year-old man, believed to be the son of a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, has dropped out of his injuries after multiple shots were fired at a housing complex in North York Shawnee Park area in Toronto. The dropout occurred on Cherokee Boulevard in the area of Victoria Park and Finch Avenue shortly before 3 a.m. on Thursday. Toronto police said multiple residents in the area called to report the sounds of gunshots. Toronto paramedic services said they were called to the area and subsequently rushed one adult to the hospital with critical injuries. Police later confirmed that the victim, 23-year-old Marcel Bryan, was pronounced you-know-what at hospital. The homicide unit has now taken over the investigation. Toronto police investigators said that multiple shots were fired and that the shooting was targeted as there were two suspects shooting at another male victim. There is no information so far about the suspects. Police are asking anyone with information to contact the investigators. Now, people, we'll move on, this time to the parish of St. Mary, where a man was shot and taken out outside a bar in GALINA. So we'll get into the report. The St. Mary police are probing the shooting dropout of a 23-year-old man in GALINA in the parish on Wednesday night. The deceased is Rged, who is from Kingston and St. Thomas addresses. Reports are that about 10:15 p.m. on Wednesday, Deere was sitting outside a bar on the GALINA main road when men approached him and opened gunfire, hitting him several times. Deere reportedly ran but collapsed in a nearby yard. He was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced you-know-what. No motive has yet been established for the dropout. Now we'll move on, this time to the parish of St. Catherine, where a 25-year-old farmer charged with dropout and illegal burial. So we'll get into the latest police report. A 25-year-old farmer of Fraser's Content in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been charged with dropout and illegal burial. He is Kamal McDonald, and he is charged in connection with the dropout of 33-year-old security guard Kevin Anderson. The Spanish Town police report that about 1:39 p.m. on Wednesday, May 8th, residents were traversing the Fraser's Content main road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, when they stumbled upon a body in a shallow grave. An investigation was launched and the body was identified as that of Anderson. After following several investigative leads, McDonald was implicated and taken into custody. He was subsequently charged with dropout, conspiracy to drop out, and an unlawful burial of a body on Thursday, July 11. McDonald is scheduled to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Monday, July 22nd. Now, people, still in the parish of St. Catherine, 50-year-old man shot and taken out. So we'll get into the latest police report. The St. Catherine South Police have launched an investigation into the shooting dropout of a 50-year-old resident of Bannister District near Old Harbour. The deceased has now been identified as O'Neill Bailey of Pointe Heights Bannister Housing Scheme in St. Catherine. It is reported that about 9:30 p.m. Friday, explosions were heard and Bailey was found dropped out with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. The police responded and the scene was processed and the body removed. Bailey dropout followed that of a 26-year-old laborer, Anthony Taylor, who was shot and taken out by unknown assailant in Scubada Gardens, Old Harbour, St. Catherine, about 2:30 a.m. Friday. Detectives from the Old Harbour Criminal Investigation Branch are probing both matters. Now, people, we'll move on. This time to the nation capital. Residents fear more violence following East Kingston double dropouts. So we'll get into the report. The East Kingston Criminal Investigation Branch, CIB, is probing 2 dropouts which occurred in the police division within 48 hours, driving upwards the homicide numbers and heightening fears of a peaceful summer. The latest incident took place in front of the Vauxhall High School entrance on Thursday, where, according to police reports, a businessman was gunned down while seated in his car along Windward Road, Kingston 2. The deceased man has been identified as 47-year-old Damanian Edwards of Malvern Avenue in Kingston. Reports from the Ellison Road police are that about 6:40 p.m. a police team on patrol responded to hearing several explosions in the area. On their arrival, they stumbled upon a white Nissan Tiida motor vehicle along the roadway with Edwards seated in the driver's seat with multiple gunshot wounds. He was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced you-know-what. When the news media visited the area yesterday, residents expressed shock at the dropout and lamented the state of criminality in the area. Them man they a girl's man. Him not deal with gun. All know me can't believe it. People hear him on his phone a talk to girl and she a tell him where to meet her. Him all did a buy food nearby and tell the shop operator to share the food. Him soon come back. He never did, a resident said. You can't even trust man or woman in these times. The summer just look bleaky and the year done never start off good already. Right now, enough people are invest in installing security cameras in homes and business. Detectives were also investigating the dropout of a man who was taken out on Wellington Street off Victoria Park. When the news media visited the section of the community, the bloodstain of the unidentified man was on the road surface with flies milling around. Some residents told the news media that the deceased man is unknown to them. A police source who requested anonymity told the news media team that they have received information that the man came into the area to purchase an illegal firearm and was ambushed. They believe a sum of cash was also taken from the deceased. Both dropout incidents are still under investigation. So there you have it, people. Please leave your comments in the comment section and tell me what you think. One aim, one God, one destiny. Walk good, talk good, live good. Blessings.